I need to tell you something that I have never said on this channel before. In December of last year, I watched a 45-second YouTube short from a guy named Dan Martell, and I almost crashed past it. I did not. And in between that moment and right now, I've lost 36 pounds. I've generated $25,000 of new revenue, and I made a decision that changes everything about what you were looking at. This channel is no longer called Go Make a Dollar. Stay with me. Because the story of why is the most important thing I've ever shared here in this channel. Let me take you back to where this whole thing started. For years, I've sat across from tax clients, who wanted, to start a business. And every single one of them came in with the same question. Johnny, I have this idea. Should I create an LLC? Should I get a business card? Should I build a website? And every single time, I said the same thing. No. Go make some money first. Go prove the concept. Go sell your product. Go sell your services to one human being first who gives you real money before you spend $1 on LLC fees and business cards and a logo. Go make $1. I said it so many times that in that office that when I started thinking about building a brand to help business owners, the name was already there. Go make $1. And it came straight from the work, straight from the clients and straight from the truth I have been telling people for years. And I still believe that, every single word of it. But here's what I did not know when I named this brand. I didn't know that the brand was not the philosophy. The brand was me. December of 2025, I'm scrolling through and I came across the YouTube short from Dan Martell. Now, some of you know Dan, some of you don't. He's one of the most successful SaaS founders and now a business elite coach in the world. He built multiple software companies and he coaches multiple founders at the highest level. And he had just become someone I was quietly watching. The short was about 45 longs, and it hit me like this diagnosis. And he said, and I'm paraphrasing, people will respect you more if you were in shape. There's the feeling of trust, whether you like it or not, that's how the world works. You want to look strong enough to deal with hardships? People will operating at the high level will trust you with their big problems. Life-changing opportunities go to the people who show they are willing to do the hard things. And I want you to hear what I heard when I watched that. I heard, Johnny, you're a CPA. You tell people how to build systems, how to, teach disciplines and efficiencies and financial clarity, but you're not living it physically. And people can see that. And that was uncomfortable, but uncomfortable where everything important lives. From that December short to the April 2nd, right? 90 days. I've lost 36 pounds. I have completely changed my relationship with food and with alcohol and how I think about my body as an asset. And it's not something I just carry around. Now, I played basketball my entire life, here in Brazil and the US, but I'm no stranger to physical discipline. But somewhere in between building the CPA firm and building a family and building Go Make a Dollar, I let that slip. And I told myself that story that a lot of busy entrepreneurs tell themselves, that there's not enough time, that this season is too intense, that I will get back to it later. Dan's 45 seconds ended that story. Because here's what I know as a CPA. Discipline is not divisible. If you cannot run the systems in your body, you cannot run the systems in your business. They are the same muscle. So I started. And 36 pounds later, the muscles are back. Then, fast forward to February 24th. One day before my birthday, I made another decision. I joined Dan Martell's elite coaching group, paid $9,000 for it. And I want to be radically transparent with you about what happened next. Between February 25th and April 7th, 41 days, I implemented his training, his playbooks, his process, and I generated $25,000 of new revenue with a clarity about my future that I have never had in 2 years of building this brand. That is not a testimonial. That is data. And as a CPA, I can only speak data. April 7th, then host a live Q&A for his coaching group. There are about 400 people on that call. And he calls on me. And I ask him the question that has been sitting in the back of my mind since I started to go make $1. The identity question. I'm a CPA, I do taxes, but now I'm stepping into this world of coaching business owners. How much volume do I have to put in before people around me see the way I see myself? And then said something I did not expect. He said, stop worrying about how people perceive you. Nobody has to change for you to win. Your only job is to get great at communicating what you know. Take your best stuff, the stuff that works, the stuff that people pay you for the most, and give it away. All of it. And then he said something about content buckets. A bucket of CPA content, a bucket of business of being a CPA, and a bucket of leadership. And then a bucket of whatever else you're passionate about. And the right people will find each bucket. And then he said, your messaging is what does the sorting, not your company name. I drove home from the office that afternoon and I made a decision. Go make $1 is the philosophy that I teach. It will always be the philosophy that I teach. But the person teaching has a name. And it is time to put that name on the front door. So here's what's changing. This YouTube channel is now Johnny Terra CPA. My Instagram, my TikTok, my LinkedIn, my Twitter, all of it is moving to @Johnny Terra CPA. What's not changing? Everything else. The content is the same. The mission is the same. Helping business owners escape the hustle trap and build business that scales like a machine and sells like a person. That does not change. The Go Make $1 is still the name of the curriculum, the masterminds, and the systems that I teach. That it's not going away. It's just no longer the name on the door. Think of it this way. Dan Martell is the person. SaaS Academy is the product. You followed in, you buy SaaS Academy. That architecture works because the person is the trust. The product is the vehicle. I'm Johnny Terra. Go Make $1 is the vehicle. And for those of you who have been here since the beginning, since the first video, since the first podcast episode, since before any of this had a name, thank you. You're the reason this is worth building properly. So, I want to close with this. I came to this country from Brazil in 2008 with $200 and zero English. I walked 12 blocks from my first accounting job because I did not have a car. I built my first firm out of this pantry working 5 in the morning until 11 at night. I did all that through grit and pure grit. And grit got me started, but then Martell got me free. If you are a business owner who is tired of being the machine, follow this channel, subscribe. The best content I have ever made is coming, and it's coming under my name. Build a machine, get your life back. I'm Johnny Terra. Welcome to the new chapter.